Sup my cottontails, today I'll be showing you how I upgraded my silver cosplay. Luckily, 1 week before the actual con I was supposed to wear it. It was such a task, but I really love doing it. So here we go. First things first is tearing the shoe apart. These things were so loose they were quite easy to remove from them. Which is bad, of course. This time I want to make it a lot tighter. Now I want to see whatever I can save. I really want to reuse a lot of this stuff, but I can also see that I cannot reuse most of these stuff. This was the next problem I was facing. I have to figure the fuck out how am I going to do Silver his boots. Silver's boots have from the underneath a silver lining. I want to have that in those boots, but that's going to be quite a task. I have to form around the boots, make sure to get the exact length. Sadly, this piece is really too big, so I had to also cut that down and shorter. Straps weren't long enough, so I had to glue them together to make them even longer. And now, a few months later, I came back a married woman. I had a very long break from the cosplay so I could focus on the marriage kind of stuff. And for safety, because I'm working with a lot of hot things as well, I'm taking off the ring because I don't want to damage it, or me, or the finger. You already may have seen, I have decided to rip this, I don't know who I called it, this thing from underneath the boots around in silver, silver colored like fabric, of course, to make sure that it could match. Next thing I did, I pinned the silver lining down and tried with the fabric to align the shoes so I can make sure it fits. How in the hell was I going to do the white in his boots? I had no clue. And sadly, not good fabric, so as I thought. First I grabbed this curtain but it was so see-through. I couldn't figure it out how to fit it properly so it doesn't scrunch up all these dents. But then I thought of something that I really didn't thought I had in mind first. Before I had these silver white pants, I had these jogging pants. And I was like, oh, this could be the perfect fit, and it totally was. I was like, yes, this is just way too perfect. It fits, it doesn't wrinkle. Yes! Here it is, all pinned together in nice one piece. It is a bit loosened, but I will get together in no time. The next step that I want to use is fabric glue, so the fabric stays glued on together while I fix the rest of the boots. There we have both the boots. Sadly, one of the boots did not work as perfectly as the other. But fuck it. The back does not much matter to me. As long as I look like silver, I am good. I also already used the specialized leather glue for the front. It stays so well. Seriously. I hope this can be my lifesaver of actually my stuff holding well together while I walk around. I'm going to use that same leather glue to make the silver front lining. I also make sure that it's not too close to the boots on the ground. So if I walk around with them, I hope that it doesn't hit the fabric of the silver too much, that it breaks easier. So I'll make sure that down below there is more space left. Alright, let's take a look at the boots. I'm nervous. So here they are. Let me get this in here. Here they are. I've let them stand here fully drying for like 24 hours. Or at least a day. I think that's what that thing says. Only 24 hours before use. Well, I'm definitely not going to use them yet, but here they are. The last thing I have to do is make sure that this is just the same color as this is. The heels, but they honestly look quite great. I made sure that, oh, there is a thing in there. How did you get in there? Okay. I made sure that this cloth is not too close to the edge down here. So hopefully it doesn't hit that much. It does seem like it's stable enough, but I'm not sure if it's stable enough. So I want to put some glue, some hot glue between the fabrics here to make sure that it actually stays. And all I need to do is fix the heel, making that the same color. I don't care about the back, honestly. The back I'm stuck hit. Sadly for this one, the back did not go as neatly as this one has, as you can see. I don't know what happened. But the back, as if anything, but I don't care, to be honest. As long as they look like silver boots, I don't give a flying fuck. I at least want people to see that I made it myself, so they can clearly see I can make it myself. I am quite proud of how this looks. This looks so much better than the first one I've had. That one that actually lets loose in. That actually let loose in a day. All I need to do is fix this heel and of course fix the bracelets, but I think I'm short on those light thingies. Let's see, where's this one? I don't think they're enough. So I bought more. Yeah, they weren't enough, so I bought more, especially for this one, because this one is a little bigger for the thing. So I ordered extra of the lights to make sure that I can do this one. Of course I have to make the bracelet with the red. Huh? There is no way that this is... Oh my god, it looks so different in real life. I am not joking you. That is so bright. It's not that bright. It's not that bright. Holy crap. I'm looking at this. It's not this bright. I promise you. It's not this bright. What? That's crazy. Like the shoes are not that different.
at all. These shoes are exactly as, maybe this one is a little lighter, but it's not as different as this is. The cameras are getting too overpowered. Some parts still let loose, so I'm definitely going to put some glue in between the gap here. Some hot glue. So hopefully it can stick better to this side so it doesn't flip over. I just want to show you how proud I am of these shoes. I never thought I could make them better than they already were. This actually seems like it's actually staying this time. So yeah, let's move on.
Aviation experts forever seal the fate of the plane and its 2 occupants. All around them were tall mountains, which, despite looking beautiful, were soon going to become obstacles for the pilot, as due to something known as density altitude, the small aircraft would not have been able to climb to a higher altitude with enough time to avoid them. Though strangely, nothing is mentioned by James about this unfolding reality, leading some to theorize that he was distracted by the view, and maybe even looking downward at the pristine lake, the mountain.
The blue version than the silver version. Sadly, as you can see, the glue and the fabric glue have sadly gone through the fabric, but it gave me an idea instead. So I decided then to paint the entire fabric. I just used a brush, of course. I'm sorry. I just used a brush and used some silver glitter and just slightly with a little bit of paintbrush, just brushed it along the fabric. So it just all looks the same. It looks a bit dirty, shiny. Since Silver is working all the time, he probably doesn't have clean boots. No, I didn't record it because my phone was kind of dead. This time, instead of yellow, I'm gonna paint them actual ring gold, which I think it's hopefully probably gonna look way cooler. I feel terrible. I skipped making my cosplay this weekend because I was on my period heavily and I could barely do anything. Now that it is getting better, my body decides to get probably a cold. I'm not sure if it's corona. I think I need to do a test for COVID. Just in case. I work with older people, so it would be nice to give them the head of time. It's not nice because this Sunday one of my cosplay friends, Daryl, is hosting a birthday party /
cosplay, dancing, or talent show, actually. And this is my first time I'll be alone on stage, since I'm also deciding to hopefully get on stage as Silver the Hedgehog in Dutch Comic Con in November. But it's not helping that I feel so bad. Hi, Chess. Hello to you too, buddy. It just doesn't help that I feel so sick right now. Chess, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing, bro? No, don't sit on my... How can... Oh, I'm cat jailed. Like I'm having just as a rough time as I am today. I don't know what is going on with this cat lately, but... He has never been this cuddly. And this affectionate. I'm just surprised. He never sat on my lap this often. Maybe it's because it's getting colder now or something, but I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna chill before continuing my cosplay. If I ever get out of here alive. Cat Jill. Say bye. Oh, you're a handsome man. Yes. My handsome little man. Yeah. Oh. You like? I love him so much. He's the best thing ever happening to us. Right, Chaz?
Alright, and the next thing is to...
Oh my god!
Yeah, this was really hard for me to do. Unlike the boots, this one is something I really worked my ass off on. And I was so terrified of tearing this down. There were so many what ifs coming through my mind. But I had to do it. I didn't like the yellow. It didn't suit the whole silver cosplay. I found it too bright. I thought I was going to like it, but I didn't. So I teared the whole thing down. Hopefully I could reuse what's on the inside, the blue thing, because that has been a really perfect thing. I also want to reuse, I don't know what to call them. I call them rings. So I can redraw those rings on a different pattern and make a whole new different version of this. This is a special glue spray for any type of like foams or other things. I don't know what it's called in English at the moment, but I thought that would be a nice use of an idea because I don't like so much of the hot glue because it's way seenable with the chunks and everything if you don't do it right. But alas, I forgot it was not flexible, so as soon as I bent it over, this whole thing just broke down. I was like, oh shit, you know what? I'll just use the hot glue instead, because that one is at least bendable. You idiot. In order to get the gold better, I've decided to paint them white all at first. After all that, I had to figure out how to fit and work in all the lights. Since I couldn't work well enough with those tiny lights, it did not want to stay in one space while me trying to figure out on how to do it best. So I decided to use double-sided very strong tape, so I can rummage it around and hopefully it will stay in the middle so I can figure out if it will fit or not. After that it fit, I decided to use a see-through fabric. A bit shimmery and shiny, so it still does reflect a little bit, but also it looks very cool from afar. And here I am, attaching the gold bands around it. Sadly, as I discovered as I sprayed them, I bended them, cracks started forming into those bands. So I was kind of freaking out, but I was like, okay, don't freak out. You can fix this. So after that, I just decided to paint them. To paint those cracks as many layers as I possibly can. Hopefully from the cracks of the inside of it, it can soak up a lot of more gold. So it's a lot less seenable now, luckily. Diamond-ish thingy, I used the same method as I did with the bracelets. I'll just paint everything white, and after that I'll just paint everything gold. When it comes to my wristbands, I had a lot of lightning left, so I decided to make some lightning along the sleeves. So if it turns on, there's also lightning in my sleeves, which I might have thought it was cool, but it took a lot more work than I expected. I really thought first that I was taking way more work until I had a really cool idea on how to make it less work. Sadly, I did have to do everything by hand, stitching up by hand, but after that, I thought I actually had a good idea. Don't know about you, but I think it was. I was like, ugh, I need to cut all these ribbons. I could do something with these ribbons, put them on the side, make them less ugly. But I was like, hey, why the heck do I not just hot glue gun the side, and after that, when it dries, I'll just paint it. It saved me so much shitty work. And that was the part I thought I was going to fall behind too, because I had to make all these ribbons. I had to also stitch those with the hand, and I was like, I have no time for that. Let me just do this instead. Being excited about my freaking Einstein discovery. Just kidding. I decided to do more. I really wanted to make silver actually silver instead of just having a white vest. So I decided to make some patterns using the same trick. And here we have it, a silver sweater with all the details. Handwork. It did save me a lot of time and effort to do this. And I'm very glad that I came up with this idea to make it so much easier. I love how it looks. I'm proud. Next one is the pants, and I'm going again to do the use and same method. do is fix up the lines for the boots. And make sure to go inside so it looks a little neater. I know you probably won't see it because I have the rings on, but I just want to make sure. Last but not least, Silver's gloves. Yet again, I'm going to use the same method like I did with the other parts of the clothes. Spikes, how long they were, which position they're in, so hopefully I can make it a little better. I gotta tell you, finding each spot was quite difficult. Silver has his ears between the 3 big spikes. I cannot do that in the form of this wig, so I'm trying to do it as close as possible. Time for my second wig to come through. This is a method I saw somewhere else. I don't remember. I'm sorry. First, you cut off a piece of the extra wig or a piece of your own wig, whichever you want to choose. You cut a piece of satanic hair. After that, you lay it on some foam. Put a lot of glue at the beginning. And then use something to strike it down and spread the glue. It really works, I gotta tell you. The hair stays together. Make sure to use both sides as well. so not any loose hair is left behind. I use this method to lay out a hairline. It's not very good, okay? You can comment on that wig hairline all you want. Also the method I used on my second wig. I just put some stuffings in there to really puff it up, and it makes sure that the wig parts have something to rest on. I also personally thought it was a better idea to use fresh holding foil for food. Also to make sure that the wig has somewhere to rest on. It's a bit protective with the hot glue as well. In combination with the 2B glue and a hairdryer, I make sure to spray as much as I can and dry it hopefully into place. And I also meanwhile is trying to cut some spikes on the back. Remember, I want you to take your time as well, as I hurried so much with the other wig. It just doesn't turn out well. I want you to cut little bit by little, because it's when you can see what you're doing wrong. If you cut so much, you can hardly return it back. Take your time, make sure you're doing it right. That's what I highly advise too. If you think you have the right spike, I recommend using normal glue. Just put a lot on the spike and just with your finger just rub it down to make sure you get that exact point that you want. I decided to brush everything down with my favorite spray to make sure it stays smooth, silk, and it keeps getting brushable. Of course, I'm gonna do this too after the con. I just want to make sure nothing like hot glue is left in the wig, since my hot glue sadly leaks all the time. left is first, and on the right is my second try. And here is my third try. Quite impressive, isn't it? It is so different, so much better, and I really love this. I am glad I redid this, and I really hope I don't have to do it. And here we have some moments with the old pictures. And here a moment with some new pictures, and I had some fun on Photoshop. I am seriously so proud of how it looks. I'll be wearing this on a DCC Comic Con next week on 22 of November. I hope I'll see you there. And remember, this just shows that practice makes perfect, but not 100% perfect.